It looks like Playboi Carti is officially dropping his album, I Am Music, tonight at midnight. Or if you're watching this, chances are it already came out. And Playboi Carti has definitely backed himself into a corner with this album because at this point, he has to deliver. He has no option if he doesn't deliver with this album. Or even worse, if he doesn't drop it at midnight, it might be over for Playboi Carti. And I want to make a quick video talking about it. So if you're new here, my name's Ron. I upload a couple videos on hip-hop every week. So if you want to follow along and never miss a single upload, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're making that push to 10,000 subscribers this year. If you want to join me on that journey, I'd really appreciate it. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. It's been literal years. We've been waiting for 5 years for a Playboi Carti album, and it looks like it's finally here. I'm not going to bore y'all with the whole background of this album, but essentially, we've been waiting for a long, long time. We saw the Spotify billboards a few weeks ago. We saw that Spotify has been hyping up the album. We saw that the Rolling Loud Twitter page has been hyping up this album. So there's been a lot of moving parts and a lot of people that have been anticipating this album for a long time. And honestly, a lot of fans have just grown up and just haven't been really caring for this album. A lot of his fans were young teenagers when this album was announced or even when the last album dropped. And now they're just full-grown adults and they just don't want to listen to Carti or have grown up in their music taste or are listening to something else nowadays. So Playboi Carti has some of the most hype he's ever had around him at the moment. But if this album isn't perfect, it could mean that Carti's gonna get clowned like never before, bro. If you guys remember to when Whole Lotta Red dropped, bro, the day it dropped, I think a whole lot of trash was trending on Twitter the day it dropped because it was honestly, everybody was receiving it as a terrible album. It was really bad at first when it came out. Everybody was trashing it. And don't get me wrong, there were people that were defending it, that were coming to Carti's defense. The Carti meat riders were like, no, you gotta listen to it 5-6 times, like it, whatever. And nowadays, Carti's album is definitely, I like Whole Lotta Red. I listen to it pretty consistently still to this day. So it's a pretty great album. And Carti definitely set a trend because everybody started following what he does and who he essentially is trying to copy the recipe that Carti has set forth. And I think that he's doing the same thing with this album. He's trying to recreate it on a higher level, which is why he's kept the fans waiting for so long. And also, just knowing how Carti is, he's very quick to make his music. He's probably made 5 or 6 versions of this album at this point. So we don't know what this is going to sound like. There have been some features that have been thrown around that might be on it. But honestly, until it's out, we won't know anything. Nothing is confirmed because Carti moves in such a way that he's always changing stuff up. Things can get changed at the last second and you never truly know what is gonna happen, and nothing is set in stone. The album might not even drop tonight. I think that he has the most hype that he's ever had on him at this moment. And if he doesn't drop tonight, bro, it's going to be chaotic. If he doesn't drop this time, if this is not the time for Carti to be lying again. If he lies on this time after an official announcement on his Twitter. Oh, by the way, he also announced it on his Twitter. He threw up a post. I'm going to throw it up right here. But if it doesn't drop tonight, bro, it's going to mean it might be the end for Carti, bro. I think all his fans might honestly move on and just call him the boy who cried wolf in rap. Because at this point, bro, it's been years. He's gaining nothing from continuing to hold it off at this point. So you need to drop the album. There's no reason you shouldn't drop the album. I think that, honestly, if you continue to hold off on the project and it doesn't actually drop tonight, bro, like I said, everybody's just going to move on because honestly, at this point, the mysterious shit is honestly corny at this point, bro. There's no reason for you to want to be this mysterious or want to up the ante on this drop so much that you're holding off for 5 years on an album. And don't get me wrong, I think the album's ultimately going to be good. I don't have the worst expectations for Carti. I think that Carti is a good artist who can make great music, but we're gonna have to see how the album sounds, who's featured on the album, and just how everybody reacts online, because it's gonna be a lot different than Whole Lotta Red, no question. It's gonna probably be a lot of deep voice. It's gonna probably feature a lot of newer artists. It might feature some of the Opium guys. So we're gonna see. I'm excited for a Playboi Carti album. I think that Carti is on the cusp of superstardom, of being up there with The Weeknd, a Drake, a Kendrick, a J. Cole, a Travis. But him dropping this album is that pivotal moment for him to either ascend to that level or drop back down to just being like a regular mainstream rapper. And I think that this album could do it for him. I think that if he does a good job with this album, that it's really going to push him up and he'll really be one of those top guys. Going forward, though, After he drops this album, Carti has to drop more, bro. At this point, the whole every 5 year shit is played out. By the next time Carti drops, he'll be in his mid-30s, bro. We're not gonna want another Carti album by the time he's Drake's age, bro. By the time at that point, I'm not checking for Carti anymore. But he needs to get to drop this album. If it's received well, which hopefully for his sake it is, he's anticipating that it will be received well. He needs to start doing more features. He needs to just get back into the mix of things if he really wants to hold on to that mainstream superstardom status. And I think Carti has the power to do so. Look at Kendrick. After this whole Drake beef, he elevated himself to such a level beyond that he was already at, that he started doing more. He did the pop-out show. He did the Super Bowl. He is riding like an all-time high wave. And I think that's what Carti's setting himself up to do. So we're going to see. This album is hopefully going to sound good. If it doesn't sound good, I'm definitely making a video on it tomorrow, and we're going to see. I might listen to it on stream tonight. Probably not, because I know that Twitch and YouTube are pretty strict on that, and I'm probably not making a Kick account just for the album, but we'll see. So according to academics, which we had to take it with a big grain of salt. We have to take it with a big grain of salt because it is academics, but these are the features that, according to academics, are going to be on the album tonight. Young Thug, Lil Uzi, Travis Scott, The Weeknd, and Kendrick. I do not believe this until I hear it. Until I've heard the album 3 times, I don't believe there's any features on the album. I don't trust academics. He is not a reliable source nowadays. I don't know. Maybe he gets reliable news and a lot of stuff just changes behind the scenes and he's just too quick to report on shit. But I don't believe this at all until I listen to these features in my ear, bro. I will not believe this. Young Thug, Lil Uzi, Future, Travis Scott, The Weeknd. Those are all believable features. Those are all features that Carti has worked with. A Kendrick feature, I don't know. Maybe that could just be an act and just spreading misinformation, but I don't know. Hopefully the album sounds good. This is going to be a dope list of features. It's going to like the usual trap album features if Carti goes with this list of features. But hopefully he goes with a different list. I would love to see him go with some of his artists, to have a Ken Carson on there, to have a Destroy Lonely on there. Just have smaller artists that you're trying to bring up on the album. I think that'll be really beneficial. Shit, fuck a Kendrick. Screw a Kendrick feature. Have a Baby Keem on there. Why not? But I don't know, man. We'll see what the album sounds like. Are you excited for the album? If you've already heard the album, what do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you have this on repeat? If it didn't drop, are you going to continue waiting for this album? Are you still anticipating this album? If you've made it this far in this video, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for sticking around. Remember to like the video if you did enjoy. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss a future upload. My name's Ron. I'm probably going to do another video on the album and what I think of it after it drops, if it does drop. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow, if not the next day. And with that being said, I got a lot of content coming this year. Remember to subscribe so that you can be a part of it, and make sure that you don't miss a single upload in the future. And remember, follow your dreams, all that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.